Welcome everyone to Dead Talk Live. I'm your host Viz from Walking Dead Now. Want to welcome all of our viewers, first-time viewers, as well as regular viewers. If you are visiting us for the first time, please go ahead and check out our website at deadtalklive.com to get all the information about our show. And as always, we always ask that you please visit our YouTube channel called Walking Dead Now if you're not there right now, and please go ahead and subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. I hope everyone is doing well on this Monday evening, the 27th of July. We have Andrew with us. Saz is going to be monitoring the text chats. Andrew and Marie are going to be moderating between all of the four platforms. This broadcast is being simultaneously streamed to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, as it is every night. Lucienda is with us on YouTube. Summer Springer is with us on YouTube. Amina is with us on YouTube. Zambika is back with us on Instagram. Let me scroll up here on Instagram. A lot of people have come in. Gecko, Lone Wolf. Gecko has given us a smiley love face. The Real Stuff, Kitty, T3, Carmen, Evelyn, Elizabeth is with us. Margie is waving at us. Yasmin, Darley, Malls, Kimmy is with us. T1RT is with us. Tristan, Leo, Amazing Edits, Nerdiest Geek, AZ Gamer. Nerdiest Geek is saying hello on Instagram. Welcome back, Nerdiest Geek. Amazing Edits writes, Max is in the house. That's Amazing Edits' real name. Dial Nichols is with us. Pablo is with us. Dale is with us. Jose. Dark Gamer Girl is with us. Dark Gamer Girl 16. Abim, Santiago. Let's see. Arciala. Let's see. Did I miss anyone? Of course I did. Marleon is saying good night. Evelyn says, love your shirt. Thank you, Evelyn. Dark Gamer Girl is saying hello. Hello, Dark Gamer Girl. The Real Stuff says, I love that sound when it comes on. Margie's giving us a love heart. Stuart Truthy is with us. Of course, I mentioned Zambika earlier. ASU 7576. Walani is with us. Amazing Edits writes, I love Viz's voice. Thank you very much, Amazing Edits. Gamer is saying hello to everyone. Let's see. Marlon, Tristan is waving. Tara is with us. DJE is with us. Let's see. Karan, XBYT, AMX has joined us. Welcome back, AMX. Let's see. Paulette, Ty Bailey, 1F Fighter. Just going through the names. And Ezekiel 5732. I think I'm caught up to the Instagram people. Ivonette is with us on Facebook. Yaralma is with us on Facebook. Heart Productions is with us on YouTube. Jesse Selmo, Facebook. Lord is with us on Facebook. Xanders, our regular, is with us on YouTube. Kazuto is with us on Facebook. Stephanie Ruiz, another regular on Facebook, is with us. Red Owan, saying we need the next season. We need to finish this season, Red. Joanne Norman is with us on Facebook. Sam Lott from Georgia, Monticello, Georgia. A big shout out to Sam Lott on Facebook. Michelle is with us also on Facebook. So I hope everyone is doing well tonight. Like I said, I hope everyone's having a very good evening. We did earlier do another watch party of the episode 2 of season 10 on our Discord server. So if you guys are interested in joining the watch party, even if you watch the episodes, it's amazing how fun it is when you're just watching it with a whole group of people and chatting about it online. I've never really participated in that before, but it's really a lot of fun. You guys get to share, stuff with other people, even if you've seen the episodes. It's just fun. It's just a lot of fun, and I enjoy doing it. I had to get ready for this show, but I found myself procrastinating watching the live stream on our Discord server. So like I said, lots of fun. Kimberly is with us on Facebook. Belial is with us on YouTube saying hello. Nordic97 is joining us on YouTube. Hello, Nordic. Let's see. Margie59. Hola. Margie, thank you for being with us. On Instagram, Rebecca has joined us on Instagram. Stuart wants to know, when's The Walking Dead come on TV? You gotta be a little bit more specific, Stuart, so we can answer that correctly. Cindina is with us on Instagram. CC Wheezy, what's Sasha's husband's name on the show? I've never heard his name. Has he been on the show for 4 seasons? Sasha was not married on the show. Was she married pre-apocalypse? I don't know. But Sasha did not have a husband on the show. When we met Sasha, she was with her brother, Tyrese. Noriello is with us on Instagram. Ben Thaxter, June6101. Boa is also with us. Noel, of course. So we have a lot of announcements and stuff to go through today. Summer says, I forgot my hearts. I love your hearts, Summer. I love the floating hearts on Instagram, guys. I can just sit and stare at those for an hour, but that would be a pretty damn 1-hour show if you guys just sit there and watch me staring at the screen. Norello is giving us love from Brazil. Okay, we got Brazil in the house. Margie says, I miss Tyrese. AZ Gamer writes, maybe CC Weezy is talking about Bob, Sasha's boyfriend. Yes. Bob. Sasha was involved with 2 men. Bob, also known as Bobaholic, and then Abraham. Her and Abraham were together right when Abraham got to meet Lucille face to face. Lucindo is with us on Facebook. Let's get to some announcements, guys, to some news. Where are my notes? Here's my notes. My little bullet point notes. So, Scott Gimple, the big boss man on the Walking Dead universe. Everything Walking Dead, Scott Gimple is on top of that pyramid. Anyway, he speculated on what could have happened if Rick did kill Negan at the end of Season 8, All Out War. So this is what Scott Gimple had to say. I think if they killed Negan, the conflicts would have been different within the communities. Adding those conflicts probably would have been more intense in the first half of Season 9. That season saw Michonne draft a charter to bind the 5 communities by fairness and laws, while vengeful Oceanside leader Cindy led a clandestine mission to execute saviors over their unforgivable crimes. In this what if, where Rick murdered Negan, Gimple continued to say maybe Rick would be dead. Maybe that herd would have run through one of the communities. Maybe that would have created more conflict. And maybe the Whisperers would have come in and wiped them all out. So he's playing a hypothetical that instead of Rick sparing Negan like he did at the end of Season 8, what if Rick did actually kill Negan at the end of Season 8? So Gimple is just playing out some what ifs. What could have happened in the beginning of Season 9? Rick could very well be dead instead of missing and presumed dead to the other survivors, So we were all wondering, I was wondering if they were going to follow with the comics, if they were going to keep Negan alive. Now I'm very glad they did, even though at the time, I'm sure when we were all watching All Out War play out on Season 8, which Season 8 is one of my favorite seasons on The Walking Dead, I really wanted Negan to die. I really did. The bastard deserved it. He really deserved to die. And even, when he knew the Saviors were defeated, when all those guns backfired on them, and Rick's group was, gaining on them, and the other Saviors surrendered because they knew they had been beat, and it was just down to Negan and Rick behind that tree. Rick told him, man, it's over. Your people have surrendered. And what does Negan say? He's like, I'll find a way. I always find a way. So right to the very end, that sucker was defiant. So, a lot of what ifs, What if Rick did kill Negan? Now that we got to know Negan through season 9, his incarceration in season 9 and in season 10. And I'm very glad that did not happen. And I'm sure from talking to you guys every night, a lot of you guys agree as well that we are glad to have Negan on the show, especially now that Rick is gone. There's a big vacuum that was left when Rick Grimes left the show. And, even though Negan cannot fill Rick's shoes, we all miss Rick tremendously. Negan is a very good substitute. If we had to have a substitute, I think Negan is great. And I still stand by my prediction, guys, that maybe by the end of this finale we're going to get on October 4th, or no later by the early part of season 11, Negan is going to be the leader of Alexandria. I have no doubt about that. Mark my words. Negan will be running Alexandria. Let's see. Amazing Edits writes, but maybe we get it to know in an alternative dream from Rick or something like that. The same with the alternative Michonne storyline. And that's what Scott Gimple was talking about. AMX writes, if Negan dies, we riot. Byrne has joined us on Instagram. Evelyn writes, yep, agreeing with AMX. Margie is laughing. Grissy86 has joined us on Instagram. Kiki has joined us. Margie, he's saying no. Let's see. Ria is with us on Facebook, watching from the Philippines. Moni is also on Facebook. Will Rick die at some point? I don't know. We have no idea. But if he does end up dying, it's going to be not for a long time. And he's not coming back to the TV show. If he dies, it's going to be in the movies. Ria also says, is it true that Michonne will leave the show too? Michonne has already left the show. She's gone. Michonne is bye-bye from the TV show The Walking Dead. Alyssa on Facebook saying goodnight to everyone. Gabby, Bustos on Facebook. Sorry, I can't understand, Gabby. I don't read Spanish. I'm sorry. Moni on Facebook also writes, Rick has been through a lot. He has. Wendy is with us on Facebook as well. Moni just said, I just choked on spit. You didn't know, Moni, that you knew that Michonne is left, right? I mean, who asked that question? It was Ria on Facebook that asked if Michonne will leave the TV show too. So I understand, guys, that if you guys just rely on Netflix in other countries to watch The Walking Dead, obviously season 10 is not yet available on Netflix. So I totally understand if you guys don't know that Michonne is gone. And as I've always stated, if you're going to come into this live stream and you're behind on the show, there's spoilers here. Because if we didn't give spoilers out and everybody's at different points in the show, we would have nothing to talk about. So if you're coming into our live stream, if you're cool with spoilers, that's awesome. If you don't want any spoilers, I just got to give you forewarning. There are spoilers up until the very last episode that has been aired on TV here in the United States and around the world. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that. Ezekiel is saying hello. Tom9 Jerry is with us. Tom and Jerry. I bet a lot of our audience has no idea who Tom and Jerry are. Abraham is with us. So let's move on to some different news. As I've previously stated on this show, World Beyond is going to be a big lead-in into the Rick Grimes movies. Okay, I've said this numerous times. I've urged all of you guys to make sure you watch World Beyond when it airs right after the finale of The Walking Dead on October 4th. Because if you're planning on watching the Rick Grimes movies, which I'm sure a lot of you are, the World Beyond is going to be big. And an article today by Scott Gimple basically confirmed what I've been saying. Here's what it says. A World Beyond is a peek into the mythology that some of the movie revolves around, according to Scott Gimple. There are aspects of World Beyond that exist in the same universe as the movie. It's just closer to what Rick's story is. Rick Grimes doesn't walk out from around the corner in World Beyond and show up, but you learn a lot more about the world that Rick is potentially dealing with. It has deep connections to the movie. So that's basically what I've been saying here on the show. And Scott Gimple, in this article that I read today, basically confirmed it. That's why World Beyond is going to be a limited TV show. It's only going on for 2 seasons. And that's it. And they're delaying it, obviously, because it is filmed. It's ready to be shown. But they are delaying it because if they play it too soon before the Rick Grimes movies, that's just not good timing. So they wanted to have it as close to the Rick Grimes movies as possible. So that's why the delay for that, in my opinion. We have a Twitter user with us, Pringles Chips, saying, might not see a new episode for a year plus. You are absolutely correct, Pringles, on Twitter. Moni is saying, I've cried for 3 hours today, and now I'm having a headache. I'm sorry, Moni. Claudia is waving at us on Facebook. Welcome, Claudia. Summer is saying hello to Aiden. Aiden is with us. Hey, Aiden. Welcome to the show. Aiden Pierce on YouTube. So let's see what else is going on. Pringles Chips writes, saying thank you to Saz. Rafael on Facebook writes in Spanish, I'm sorry. Aiden Pierce says, I'm sorry I'm late. Nope, you're fine. You're fine, Aiden. Rhea says, thank you, Walking Dead. Thank you for the accurate information. Sorry to those spoilers. Yeet is with us on Twitter. Did not realize this streamed on Twitter too. You stream to a lot of platforms. I love it. So everyone can join in. And yeah, and you know what? Everything is big on our network. But Twitter, for some reason, is really lagging behind. Our Twitter following is like at 909, which a lot of you guys would say, wow, that's great. But when comparing it to Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, it's really lagging behind. And I have no idea why. I don't know. Maybe our format just doesn't work on Twitter. I'm not getting rid of Twitter. It doesn't cause any extra heartache or work to post what we post on the other social media sites on Twitter as well. It doesn't add any work to stream this to Twitter as well. So we're not cutting Twitter off, but for some reason, our Twitter is just really lagging behind. But, you can't have a popular following in every social platform. That'd be kind of weird. Moni says, if people speak Spanish, can they even understand English if they speak it? Yeah, they can understand. I think so. I understand a little bit of Spanish. Yeet on Instagram, I'm sorry, on Twitter says, loves his stream. Thank you so much, Yeet on Twitter. Summer Springer says, Twitter was my first home. That's right. Summer Springer on YouTube discovered us a couple of months ago, just randomly on Twitter. And she's been a regular viewer ever since. I don't think she's missed a single episode. So let's see what's going on Instagram. Someone is writing. No, I'm not. Ben63927 has joined us. Margie is laughing. Rafka is with us on Instagram. Nader is with us on Instagram. Let's see. AZ Gamer writes, so Walking Dead World Beyond was specifically made to explain the CRM and the situation of those people with the CRM. Yes. And it's going to revolve around 3 teenagers that leave the safety of their community, I guess, to do a cross-country trek, and they run into the CRM. And we get a lot of insight into the CRM. So that's how the World Beyond is going to be the basic plot line. Rosemary has joined us on Instagram. Anita is with us on Instagram, saying, yes, we do understand. I'm from Argentina. Welcome, Anita from Argentina. Rosemary 18 is waving at us. Hello, Rosemary. AMX wants to know if anybody else watches the 100. Let's see. Kareem is with us. Margie watches the 100. Amazing Edit saying no, but I want to start. Marlio saying I'm from Brazil. Brazil is in the house. Welcome, Brazil. Let's see what's going on else. A lot of conversations going on. AMX has been binge watching the 100. Huddy has joined us on Instagram. Alex has joined us on Instagram. And Huddy is waving at us. Guillermo is with us on YouTube. Mona is with us on Facebook saying missing all the cast. Hard Productions is with us on YouTube. Saying, yep, Hard Production watches the 100. I'm about to start season 4. You know, I really miss watching TV, guys. I really do. My DVR is backed up. The only time I get to watch TV now is just before I go to bed. It's because I'm so busy with all this stuff going on in the live stream. I miss watching TV. I really, really do. Now, obviously, when The Walking Dead starts again, we've discussed this in the past. That Sunday, whether it's The Walking Dead World Beyond, The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, we are going to be not live that night because it would be pointless. We are on at the same time that The Walking Dead will be on. So come October, there'll be no Dead Talk live on Sunday nights. We'll come back on Mondays and talk about the show that we saw the previous night. So just to give you guys a little heads up on what's going to happen to in regards to our live stream, Dead Talk Live, starting in October. So some more news here. Now, here are some interesting facts, behind the scene facts. And I wrote down the ones that I personally did not know, and maybe a lot of you guys did not know. So here we go. Some interesting behind the scenes facts to The Walking Dead. The actors regularly go to shooting ranges, and they also practice with SWAT and military experts. Did not know that. The actors, the characters, the actors, they train with SWAT teams and military experts to make their moves as realistic as possible. So I did not know that. So that's some very interesting information for me. And then it goes on to say, by working with professionals, the Walking Dead cast learn to handle the guns and the other various weapons, and also how to work in a team. But there was a time, this is funny, There was a time when the SWAT team was called to the set for a different reason. The SWAT team soon arrived and found it was just an actor, Michael Rooker, who's Merle, just firing blanks. So someone called the SWAT team because they heard gunshots, and it was Michael Rooker just shooting blanks. That must have been embarrassing. Amazing Edits writes, that's amazing. CC Weezy writes, that's cool. Anita saying TV is full of realities. I like to see that. I like to see TV shows that bring in experts into the field of what they're shooting. Whether it's a cop show, you bring in cops and you have consultants that are cops. And for the Walking Dead cast, I think it's great. They're bringing military experts and SWAT team to train these people on how to work in a group and, make it more realistic for us. Rhea is going to be leaving us. Thank you for stopping by, Rhea, on Facebook. Kimberly Smith on YouTube writes, I did not knew that. Also goes on to say, I knew Norman trained for the crossbow. Moni on Facebook writes, I never watch TV, just wait for the movies to come out. Alyssa on Facebook is from Portugal. Welcome, Alyssa from Portugal. Some more facts. This first bit surprised me, but all the weapons on the show are in fact real. I did not know that. Real guns, but it goes on to say, but real guns are pretty heavy and the actors have to carry them around all day. So they are plastic versions of all weapons, as they still look cool, but they are much lighter than the real guns. But for the fight sequences, the actors use rubber props, which are definitely much safer. But they also do have real guns on the set. Don't quite understand why, if they have the rubber props. Maybe it's for the blanks. It's probably for shooting the blanks, I would assume. Also, the tips of all the knives, they're missing. Okay, so every knife that you see on The Walking Dead is missing the tip of the knife to prevent any kind of accidents. They are added later with the use of CGI. In some cases, like the iconic katana, that Michonne uses, the weapon production to edit, the production to edit, they show in the picture Kaylee Fleming, who plays Judith, holding her katana, but it is not a full-size blade. It is simply topped with green tape. So they use a CGI special effects for the katana. And Michonne's katana was specially designed for her, in part by Robert Kirkman himself. He wanted the hilt of the sword to be white, as opposed to a more practical red the props team had brainstormed. So what they decided to do with Michonne's katana is to wrap the hilt with eel skin, because it's super easy to clean and it would not absorb any liquids. And as we all know, that each episode requires massive amounts of fake blood. So I did not know that as well. So I think this info is fascinating. If it's boring you guys or anything, please let me know. Aiden on YouTube writes, it's kind of like Star Wars. Behind the scenes, they used to nail the lightsabers. They used foam to nail the lightsabers. Yep. Let's see what else is going on. Steven Garza is with us on YouTube. Let's see what's going on Instagram. AMX, that says I am vegan in all caps. That's funny, AMX. Amazing Edits also says, I have a picture of this katana. I'll send it to you later. Thank you. Sidhu saying he looks Negan. Can't focus. Saz is talking to AMX. Let's see. CC Weezy is laughing. AZ Gamer writes, Viz, what is going to be the timeline of The Walking Dead World Beyond? How much years difference is going to be between The Walking Dead and World Beyond? From what I heard, maybe in the beginning of World Beyond, we might see a little bit of the outbreak of the apocalypse, but the heart of the story is going to take place 10 years into the apocalypse, which puts it behind both Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. So I don't remember where I saw this, but I do remember seeing it. It's going to be 10 years into the apocalypse. And Anita on Instagram also says the same thing. And Saz also agrees as well. So good. I'm not going crazy. Aiden writes, we are all vegan. Nancy on Facebook, when does the new season start? Nancy, we're still waiting for the current season to end, and that will happen on October 4th. Yep, the season finale is going to happen on October 4th. Let's see what else is going on. Summer says, I have a shirt that says I'm vegan, but the V is crossed out and replaced with a red N. That's awesome, Summer. That is pretty cool. Andrew says that shirt sounds amazing. It does. AMX on Instagram writes, Fear the Walking Dead needs to catch up. And if you were watching yesterday, I read an article where they said we're going to be seeing a lot of time jumps in the upcoming season of Fear the Walking Dead. So maybe by the end of this season that we're going to get in October of Fear the Walking Dead, they're actually going to catch up to the Walking Dead timeline. Who knows, right? Who knows? And if that happens, as I mentioned yesterday, we might start seeing a crossover from Fear into the Walking Dead. I said it yesterday. I think that would be really, really cool. Cito writes, is this the last season of The Walking Dead? No. The Walking Dead is at least going to go through season 12. So we have 2 more full seasons to go. Margie says, I'm so lost with Fear the Walking Dead. Let's see. AMX is also answering. Nope, this is not the last season. So I'm going to have you guys guess this. In gallons, how many gallons of fake blood do you think is used per day on The Walking Dead? I want to hear your guess. I have the answer. In gallons. I know a lot of our international people are not familiar with the, they're more into they're not familiar with the gallons that we use here in the United States and also in the United Kingdom. So please go ahead and use your metric system. CC Weezy says 130. Margie says 200. Aiden says 5 or 6. Aiden is playing it conservative. Zambika says 300. Amazing Edits writes, I don't know, but very much. Bezos says 400. Okay. Hard Production writes 22. And Hard Productions, you're the winner. You're actually spot on. They use 20 to 30 gallons of what they call red ooze, blood, per day while filming The Walking Dead. So sorry guys, not quite as high as 150 to 400 that we heard on Instagram, or 500. 500 to 1,000 gallons was a guess by Lord Giveth, Lord Taketh on Instagram. God damn, that's a lot of red. That's a lot of blood. No, they use 20 to 30 gallons of the red ooze, and it's all made on set by the special effects department. And these are different shades and textures of it, depending on what the need is for the ooze, which is what they call it. For example, if you have a dark shirt and you want to see the blood on it, it has to be brighter. Otherwise, it would just fade into the shirt. So they have different types of blood that they spill on people's clothes depending on what they're wearing that day for filming. So, like, let's take Rick, for example. If in that episode Rick is wearing a dark colored shirt, they are going to use a lighter shade of ooze, blood, to, douse on his shirt, just so that it can be visible. If you're wearing a lighter shirt, they'll use a darker color. So, did not know that either. Margie says syrup. I in the 90s, I would go to these horror conventions, and horror makeup effects artist legend Tom Savini, who did all the special effects for a bunch of horror movies, including all of the Dead movies, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and many, many more. Anyway, when it came time for the audience to ask him questions, I swear to God, I'm not shitting you, one of the audience members stood up and asked Tom Savini for the exact recipe to make blood. I still remember that to this day. It got seared into my memory. This poor sap actually stood up and in front of hundreds of people asked Tom Savini to give him the recipe for blood. Anyway, moving on. There are many more extras involved than you think for The Walking Dead. For example, in the first episode of season 6, there were almost 1,000 extras needed for The Walking Dead. So all you guys that, are asking how to be on The Walking Dead, and you're actually realistic about it, and don't want to go into a, straight off the road into a leading character role. And we've had many guests on this shows who have been extras on The Walking Dead, and they've all said the same thing. If you guys want to get your foot in the door, or if you're really interested in becoming an actor, not just to be on The Walking Dead, but if you really are interested in becoming an actor, the best place to start is to become an extra. Network, build up relationships. That's the best way to get your foot in the door. So anyway, for the premiere of season 6, there were almost 1,000 extras. But usually there are around 200 to 300 zombies on the set. And it literally takes hours to do the proper hair and makeup for all of them. The makeup director explained, while stuck in traffic, he came up with an idea on how to get that large cast suitably styled on time. So the makeup artists arranged themselves in an assembly line. And each of them performs a specific task over and over again. The first one applies shadows around the eyes and cheekbones. The next artist does a lighter color over the highlights to accentuate the bone structure. The next splatters blood. And then the last person puts conditioner in their hair so that it looks flat and, I swear to God, this is the word they use, nutty. Okay? Nutty. They use conditioner in the zombie's hair so that it looks flat and nutty. Now, I have no idea what nutty hair is supposed to look like. Do you guys know what nutty hair is supposed to look like? I have no idea. I've never heard the term nutty used in reference to someone's hair, dead or alive. But that's what they said. Conditioner. And then it goes on to say that such an assembly line of 4 artists. Now check this out. 4 artists using the assembly line technique I just mentioned, they can do 40 to 50 zombies in 1 hour. That's efficiency right there. They can make up 40 to 50 zombies in 1 hour. That's efficient right there. Anita writes, messy hair? I don't know, Anita. I never heard the term nutty in regards to hair. Anita also writes, production line like in a factory? Absolutely. Amazing Edits writes, that is so genius. It is. And this was all the idea of the makeup director. And it's a brilliant idea. I mean, assembly lines have been efficient for 100 years now. So why not use it for makeup? Claudia on Facebook saying, love the movies. Kimberly on YouTube writes, LOL, was guessing enough for the month. Monica is with us on Facebook. Penny is also with us on Facebook. Summer says, nutty, in regards to nutty, probably grimy. You're probably right there, Summer. Kimberly on YouTube writes, they also tell them not to bathe or shower before the shoot. Why? We can't smell them through the TV. Jennifer and John Wesley are with us on Facebook. Hello, welcome. Why not shower? I don't get that. Aiden Pierce says, I don't shower anyway. I guess I have a chance to be a character on The Walking Dead. You definitely do, Aiden. Stephen Garza is laughing at that. So is Kimberly, laughing at Aiden's comment. Ballerine on Instagram writes, they've got skills. AMX writes, that's talent and dedication. Absolutely. Zombika writes, dirty bugs matted down. Amazing Edits writes also, ha ha ha. OMG, Negan to Rick while the coronavirus. Rick, look at my dirty hair. Gamer writes, Viz, the animal meats are fake or real on the set of The Walking Dead. Wesley Hale, who was a Whisperer extra, and his wife Sarah were guests on the show. And Wesley, as a Whisperer, he was the butcher as the Whisperer. And he mentioned that the meat that they used in that scene in the Whisperers that they buried underground to cook it was a real meat that they ordered in, cooked. And they basically, that's what they used to film the scenes. It was real. It was a real... I don't know if I don't remember if he said it was a pig or not, but yeah, it was real. Zambika also writes, why no shower? That's my question. AMX says, I'm not even good at doing my own makeup. Forget about zombie makeup. CC writes, can you imagine what the Whisperers smell like? Oh my God. They wear those masks all the time. Beta, he never takes his off. By now, it must become embedded into his real skin. It must have. The dude never takes it off. Ugh. Anyway, moving on. We also talked about, within the last 2 days, about the single character spin-offs that Scott Gimple mentioned during Comic-Con. He goes on to say that he particularly wants a Glenn pre-apocalypse spinoff. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but Scott Gimple would like to make a Glenn pre-apocalypse spinoff. And I brought this up yesterday, and I was like, well, what does that look like? Because when we met Glenn in season 1, Glenn was very young, at the oldest, maybe in his early 20s. So pre-apocalypse, what are we going to see? Glenn, the teen years? Don't know. But I guess we'll find out if they actually do make, a Glenn pre-apocalypse spinoff. And it would be great to bring Steven Yeun back into the Walking Dead universe. Andrew on YouTube writes, he would probably be short because, as you said, he was extremely young. Steven Garza also says, yeah, I know. So, I don't know. Walani on Instagram says, Pizza Delivery Diaries. That's priceless. That's priceless, Walani. Pizza Delivery Diaries, because, you know, that's what Glenn did. He was a pizza delivery guy when the apocalypse hit. So, you know, Margie writes that she misses Merle. Amazing Edits writes, I love Daryl. So, Gamer also writes, even we want a Glenn spinoff. AMX writes, can't imagine Daryl in a shower, but if he was real, even if he smelled bad, I wouldn't mind because it's Daryl. You might feel differently if you're standing next to him. Amazing Edits writes, maybe the governor doesn't like Daryl. Daryl destroyed his tank. Yes, it wasn't the governor's tank though. You know, he was using it, but he, you know, it was not his tank. So, some more news. Season 2 of World Beyond, even though we have not seen a single episode from that show, is already being worked on. So, like I said, it's a limited 2-season series, and they're already working on season 2. So, I want to show you guys that little Easter egg that we got to see, if you guys remember, when Rick and the gang went to kill the Saviors in their outpost, the thing that led to Negan's wrath and all that stuff, you know, when they went to kill them in their sleep. And if you remember, Glenn and Heath were together, they were teamed up, and they walk into a room and they see a bunch of pictures. And this is foreshadowing, specifically because Glenn is the one that sees these pictures. So let me show you a good close-up of those pictures. Let me bring them up. So here are the pictures. It was Glenn and Heath together. And as you can see in these Polaroids, those are Polaroid shots. That's Negan's handiwork right there. And talk about Easter eggs, that Glenn, you know, the person to find those pictures would end up suffering the same fate as the people in those pictures. So very sad. But, you know, we know how they love to do this on this show. They love to do this. So this is a real great shot. You know, a still shot of the pictures that they saw on the wall. It happens really kind of quickly if you're watching it live. So there it is. That's what definitely caught their attention. And maybe for the first time, they were like, who are we dealing with here? You know? So, there you have it, guys. AMX writes, Glenn's death was foreshadowed a few times, I think. It was. When we thought he died off that garbage dumpster. His death was foreshadowed quite a few times. Penny with us on Facebook saying, what's happening to Rick? I remember the helicopter ride he took. That's the last we saw of him. The next we're going to see of Rick is in the movies. So I think that's the end. So our base topic tonight in the 8 minutes we have left is the 10 biggest plot twists in The Walking Dead. Now, for me, this is like a top 10 list that we found. To me, this is more of a shocker list that happened on the show. So I'm going to go through these one at a time. We have enough time for this. Number 10, in what they call a plot twist, was Carol burning the bodies. The plot twist in that for me was not so much that the bodies were burned, was the fact that Carol killed them for having the flu. I mean, that was season 4, and, you know, Carol has stepped over the line several times throughout the seasons on The Walking Dead. And this is a perfect example of Carol definitely stepping over that line. Number 9 on the list is Shane getting killed and then reanimating. Because if you remember, we kind of figured it out as the audience, but it was only Rick that really knew that everyone was infected, and it didn't matter how you died, you are coming back unless you destroy the brain. So when we saw Shane just stabbed and then to come back as a walker, you know, Rick did not seem that surprised. Maybe that's one of the reasons why Carl, besides seeing his dad kill Shane, which was huge, was kind of surprised as well. Number 8 on the list is Eugene goes to the dark side. Yeah, Eugene, went to the dark side because Negan kidnapped him, basically. Took him by force and forced him to make bullets. And for a while there, Eugene was all in on the Saviors until he realized, luckily in the end, that, he wasn't going to betray his friend. And we find out it's because Rosita and Daryl, when they tried to rescue him, she had that little talk with him, and that's what really ended up changing his mind. Number 7 on the list is Morgan's return a second time around. Not the first time, where we saw him batshit crazy in season 3, when Rick finds him in the episode called Clear. The second time, right after Terminus, when we see that guy, after the credits rolled on the TV episode, after the credits, we see that guy in the mask. He takes off the mask and Morgan's back. That surprised me. Number 6 on the list is Sophia walking out of the barn. I've said it before. That scene sequence is what cemented me as a Walking Dead, diehard Walking Dead fan. When Sophia came out of that barn as a walker. That's what cemented it for me right there. Number 5, this is a plot twist. This is a shocker. And for me, it would be number 1 on the list. But they put it at number 5. Carl getting bitten is number 5 on the list. Only halfway through. For me, it would be number 1. No doubt about it. That's the biggest shocker for me. IM5H has a question about Rick Grimes. We're almost out of time, IM5H. Go ahead and ask, and we'll see if we can answer it. Number 4 is Herschel's death. Herschel's death, not really a surprise. Sad. Definitely sad. We didn't want him to go. Plot twist? No. Shocker? A little bit. We know that nobody's safe on The Walking Dead, and it wasn't that big of a surprise that it was Herschel that the governor killed. Number 3 on the list is Negan killing not 1, but 2 people with Lucille in the season premiere of season 7. We all thought that after Abraham got the bat to the head, that he was the one, obviously, that died, and that nobody else was going to die. But like I've said before, man, did they surprise the shit out of us. When Daryl took a swing at Negan, and Negan just turned around and killed Glenn. That was a shocker. Sandra on Instagram writes, I can't believe they don't use more children as walkers. I mean, they've used a lot, but, I see where you're going. So IM5H's question is, will he join The Walking Dead, The World Beyond? No. Rick is not in World Beyond. No. Number 2 on the list is Glenn actually being alive. This is from when he fell off the dumpster. Okay? And Kimmy, our producer, actually visited that site, and she sent me a picture today of the spot. She went to the spot where Glenn fell off the dumpster. So let me go ahead and show you guys that picture. And it's right here. So there's Kimmy, and there's the spot where Glenn fell off the dumpster and landed, surrounded by the walkers. As you see, they did an outline so the fans can see exactly where that was filmed. Very cool shot, Kimmy. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. Thank you so much. You know, so there it is. That's where Glenn fell to the ground. That's where Glenn fell to the ground when the coward Nicholas decided to end his life, and he didn't give a shit who he took with him. Okay? And the number one plot twist / shocker on The Walking Dead is not Carl. It's Rick not being dead. That's a good one. It's a good one. We're grateful for that. We're grateful for that. We're grateful for the movies coming out. So that's it. That's the top 10 of what at least some people consider the biggest plot twist. For me, what's missing off this list, there's a huge one missing off this list. Can any of you guys guess in the last 2.5 minutes we have left? What is missing off this list in your opinion? Give me a scene, a shocker, a plot twist that is not on this list that you guys think needs to be on this list. I know I've got one. Bob getting eaten by Zambika, Alpha's death. Okay, Aiden, but that was in the comics. A lot of people knew that was coming. Jesus' death, good one. Good one, Hard Productions. And there you go. Andrew, that's not fair. Andrew made the promo pick for today. That's cheating, Andrew. But anyway, I'll tell you what it is Carol shooting Lizzie. Carol shooting Lizzie. Come on, guys. Wow. Yeah, laugh it up, Andrew. I'm like, wow, Andrew guessed it. I'm like, wait a minute. Andrew's our creative director. He does all our graphics work. He did today's promo pick. So, yeah. For me, Carol killing Lizzie would be at least in the top 5. Not number 1. Not number 1. Number 1 would be Carl. Number 1 would be Carl. But, whether it's Carol killing Lizzie or Lizzie killing Mika, her sister, Lizzie getting ready to kill Judith. I mean, like, holy cow. If Carol and Tyrese did not show up, Lizzie was about to kill a baby. But that, man, I remember watching that live with me and my wife on the couch, and we were like, damn. AMX writes Lizzie killing Mika. That was a big one. Also, Sandra says Lizzie killing her sister. Let's see. Aiden is laughing. Kimberly writes it was a shocker plot twist. Xanders writes when Alpha killed off 7 characters. That's a good one. Guys, we are out of time. Literally, Instagram's about to cut us off. You guys been amazing. Visit our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel called Walking Dead Now. Until tomorrow night, guys, stay walking.